Welcome back, everybody. Last month, we had Coleman Dwayne with Chapter Social and Spirits on our show. We kept complimenting his barware, y'all. Jonathan Beal is the local coppersmith behind those gorgeous pieces, and he's here to tell us about his business, Sertodo Copper. Jonathan, good morning.
Good morning, Rosie. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining us. You've been doing this for 25 years, which is hard for me to wrap my mind around, but talk to us about how you got into copper and why you like working with this medium.
Oh, well, I got into copper by accident. It was kind of a meet cute, as they say, as I was driving by a road down in Mexico, and some guy was setting his copper stuff out on the side of the road, and copper's shiny. People like shiny things, and just like anyone else, I was like, wow, this is beautiful. And I went over and picked it up, and you can see all the work that it has that goes into it. Copper's been a material that's been a part of human civilization for thousands of years, and especially part of our home and hearth. And so I got into working with this stuff. I brought a couple of the tools that I have here today.
Yeah, I mean, I'm absolutely shocked by this. I picked up what I thought was just a heavy rock, but you tell me this is not what I'm looking at.
Right, this is not a rock. This is actually a chunk of copper that we have recycled and turned it into just a solid piece, and that piece will take and extend out and then raise that form into a lot of the things you see here.
So are you doing a lot with heat? Is a big question.
Lots of heat. So copper, one of the things about kind of the technique in our work is that you can see on here, it looks like it's dimpled.
Yeah, it's like pebbled.
Sure, it is, and that's kind of the language of the work that we do on there. Every single one of those pieces of those dimples is a hammering, and that hammering is a work hardening process that beats the shine into the material. It makes it harder, more durable, and it's we make our pieces to last for generations, and that's part of the process. I mean, it's a beautiful aesthetic detail because you can see your beautiful reflection in there broken up like an impressionistic painting.
You've sold copper once or twice in your life. I've got to ask you about this tool as well. This looks prehistoric, quite frankly, to me.
Exactly. Well, we started off kind of our techniques that I originally learned were very much pre-industrial. And this hammer was one of the first hammers that I made for doing this copper. And this is a polishing hammer, and this is the kind of hammer that we use to put all of this, all of the dimples in there that work hardens the material. And you can see on the front there, if you look in it, you can see again your beautiful reflection.
Whoa, look at that, yeah.
It's just a highly polished hammer that beats that shine into the material.
I am just shocked that the beating of the copper is what makes it stronger, what makes it shinier. It's really cool stuff. And what is copper good for?
Yeah, isn't that true about life? It's the beatings that make us stronger.
If it doesn't kill you,
right.
It's going to make you stronger.
Copper's great for all kinds of things. I mean, it's, cooking, it's an amazing material because you get incredible heat conduction. You have a lot of temperature control. Well, they're great for Moscow mules.
Moscow mules. And while we're here, why don't we do a little bragging? Because somebody you might know noticed Sertodo Copper a couple years ago.
True. Oprah Winfrey and I are like this from back in 2014.
Yeah, 2014, her favorite things list, y'all. That is so cool.
That was great. It was not quite the retirement package everybody thinks it was, but it was an amazing thing for us.
All right, and then talk to me about this. You've gotten into water filtration as well.
Yes, well, something that's gone on here in our fair city several times over the past 5 years is our municipal water system goes out. There have been boil water notices, or maybe you just don't like the taste of your tap water. This is a system that has kind of 2 filters in there. We work with a company out of the UK called Burkefield, and they make some amazing filters. You pour your water in there and it comes down, and then you have delicious water to drink. And there's a lot of, similar to wearing a copper bracelet, there's a lot of just kind of old knowledge about what copper is good for with us. And in the Ayurvedic tradition, you store your water in a copper vessel and you drink that first thing in the morning. And it just boosts your immune system, makes for great skin, great hair. You don't need it too much.
Hang on,
but
I'll take
yes.
it home with me. Well, yes, I mean, I think we have to call the obvious, which is that if we're using it for drinking and cooking and all of these wonderful things, that there has to be some antimicrobial properties here to silver,
True.
right?
Yes, there is with silver as there is with copper. Yeah,
I'm
shiny
sorry,
things.
it's copper
shiny
that's
things,
right in front of me.
Shiny things. It's, they are distracting. But yes, copper has these natural antiviral, antibacterial, antimicrobial properties. They're changing over a lot of the touch surfaces in hospitals because of this.
Really?
These things will touch copper and then they just immediately start to die. It's a certain, scientifically we've come to understand that recently as the oligodynamic effect. But this I think is just, copper's been a part of human health for thousands of years. The Egyptians had it, the ancient Indian societies, and just everybody has had copper in one way or another. One of the things, as far as just religious practices and things, this is how the copper technology started in the area where I work.
Really?
There are copper bells.
Oh man, look at it, it's so sweet.
Yeah, it's very nice, and it's something that just keeps us in touch with our, the traditions that I came out of this area in Michoacan, Mexico, where I learned this craft, and where we produce everything. We have about 40 people down there in Mexico that's working on this stuff all the time.
That was my next question, is that you are still actively working down in Mexico with these incredible artisans. What is the range of the things that y'all produce?
This is a good sampling of the range we produce. But we do have a line of about 40 different unique items, and all for the home and hearth. All of the things that we make, they're made to be used. They're made to be admired, they're made to be beautiful, and they're made to last for generations.
Well, hang on, and now I'm watching video where 3 people are wailing on this copper in order to get it into shape. Is it kind of a group effort?
That's how we transform one of these pieces into a large piece of copper.
Wow, that's crazy, and some big old hammers along the way as well.
Big old hammers. Big old hammers.
I feel like we could keep learning a little history for a while, but you've got an upcoming event. It's in November. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Sure. We often participate in the East Austin Studio Tour. Big Medium puts that on. It's an amazing event for just coming to see all of the different artisans and artists that Austin has and attracts and produces. And we're just going to have a little event. We'll probably cook up some small animal and in one of our copper pots and show off some of our other artist friends that do things in town. And that's going to be at our old studio on Oak Springs, 3615 Oak Springs Boulevard.
Well, November's not quite too far away, so I want people to put it on their calendars now. Jonathan, I appreciate your time.
Please, you come as well.
Yeah, I'd love to. All right, guys, you can shop beautiful copper products and learn a whole lot more by going to sertodo.com.